Greetings, Marsh here, and welcome to episode 289 of my modded Factorio playthrough. In this episode, we are going to work on alien science packs. Enjoy. Let's see. We can have a belt right here, where the output of these are going. And let's switch all these to requester chests. Basically, we just want all of them. And we can turn logic back on. Let it pick up these artifacts and hopefully just place them here. So those are requesting the small orbs, which is turning them into the big ones. But they only actually turn them into the big ones if it's below 10. But let's do like below 20. Then we need a set of machines on the other side. But how to reach it? Because we're going to have basically 3 belts of resources coming in, but I think it'll work fine because they can just be undergrounds. So we'll have this one right here, making the red orbs the other way from the regular alien artifacts, with a distance changing inserter dropping in there, and logic, where that other one was set to 20. So how about this one is set to 10. And it would be nice if there's a little gap in here. Looks like all the orbs are being moved around, but I guess they'll eventually make it here. I don't think we're going to need to process too many of these per second. Since the research takes 1 gold science pack and 1 of the regular ones, then there's no point in having this be any faster than the rest of it. And I believe it was set up for like 1 a second or something like that. Okay, it's actually 3. Is that one about 3? Yeah. So let's do a hell mod here real quick. And unfortunately we don't have the research done yet, so we can't really see. But let's just add it in here. That if we wanted to make this and we wanted to make 3 per second, how hard would it be? Seems like not very. And then to make this, probably mixing it with those, it would be all easy and fast. So it's not a problem. But basically, the stuff would be like right there. You don't need that in the middle. This can jump across there. And let's see if we can get all of these to reach. Where we want this one to be orange, this one to be blue. Then it would be long-handed. Set to less than 10 for those 2 sides. And we're starting to get our orbs. And then we need to pick this up by a square as well. And the orbs are going all over the place, but I guess they'll eventually make it back here. And will this reach the whole way? Oh my goodness, it does. And then we need our final 2 machines. 1 purple, 1 green. And then we need our extra long-handed inserters for this, which would be right there, except the other direction. This was actually the correct way. Although also interesting is that the orbs have to go in and then out again, which is weird. Kind of messy, but these orbs are kind of inherently messy to begin with. Maybe I should just be doing it with robots for everything. But, oh well, we already got started on this, so might as well finish it up the same way. So, less than 10. Less than 10. Well, let's pick the orbs up out of the storage warehouse and hopefully they'll get sent back. Although, it looks like they are being sent back anyway, since that is a storage warehouse, which means that it will supply them to requesters So I guess it's working fine. We just gotta wait. Oh, I think I did think of something we can do here without doing crazy belt stuff. And it's still kind of crazy, but it's using some corner inserters. So if we pick up from this corner here and then drop down and do that, that will pick up and then place into there. So we can do the same thing for each of these to fill those up. And then the same thing, except pick up one square further away. And also drop up top. Seems like it was going a little slow there. Like the distance changing was confusing it. So we'll get rid of the distance changing part. So we have all of that. And where were those blue orbs? I know I had some, or did I use the last little bit of them? I guess we can factory search for it. No, they're around. They got sucked into here. I guess ingredient. So we don't want that. We don't want product. We want where it actually is. And they actually are down here. So, pick up some. Trashes our inventory. But the robot should come here, put it in there, and then it will get placed in here so it can start making more. There we go. So that's been supplied. So each one of these should have at least a few orbs in it, and they do. So now they need the alien artifacts. Let's see here. Let's do a requester chest for now. And how much do all of these use at the same time? 60. Which we can't do, but we can do 45. So we'll hit one of these here. How much would it take to make 45 a second? And could we ever hope to keep up with that? Nope. And in fact, that number is real big. We can get a decent output by just doing something like this and not really worrying too much about the specifics. It'll be what it'll be. So honestly, one inserter ought to do fine. Then it'll have a belt going down, so let's just pick this up. Put it over there. And actually, we could basically keep the belt straight if we wanted to, but I guess it also doesn't really matter too much. We'll just do that. Have our one inserter. Put that one up there. Okay, so we're requesting the little artifacts. And we want as many as we can hold. And are they coming? Yes, they are. Oops, that's the wrong setting. And anything that's not used up here can kind of come down here. Hey, looks like we are finishing up with our accumulators here. Now our capacity is building higher. So we probably can be less careful about exactly how we do this. So I suppose we can just kind of mark all this for deconstruction. And it is getting rid of the concrete in there, which is a little annoying. But oh well, we can place that back. So the robots are going to do their thing, and we'll keep it going. Looks like we've got some more stuff to clear out. Oh, and we're at the point where we've got some water in the way now. I guess I'll worry about the water later. There we go, that ought to be enough to keep them busy a while. Are the orbs here yet? Oh, they're getting here. That is a lot of robots. Oh my goodness. I'm guessing we're using all of them. Oh yes. Every logistics robot is currently being used right now for this. Fine with me. So here come the orbs. Probably gonna not really be able to keep up with this at any meaningful speed here. I wonder if these can use productivities. It doesn't seem like they would be able to. Probably should give these guys a ton of places to park, since this would be a prime location for them to want to do that. Okay, the orbs are making it to the next one. And then down to blues, which are the ones we're actually short on. So let's see if this works. Yeah, seems to. Or it puts them in and it grabs them if it needs it. Now we're doing some yellows, which we also need to make. So it makes the yellows, drops them on the belt. Looking good. And now some of them are making it to the bottom, because we don't need them anymore for making these other types. And that one's full too. So now it's just going to fill up. Okay, so that should be automated as far as making our various orbs. We still need to burn them at some point, but I suppose as long as we're not overloaded on the orbs, we don't really need to worry about that. And since we have calmed down the biters by reducing the biter evolution, it's probably going to be not that much of an issue. Okay, well, to do this, we need to make our gold science packs. And we also need to figure out where we want to put these labs. Well, we do have a little bit of a space here. It doesn't have to all be perfectly lined up. And how many items do we need? It's actually quite a few. So we need a total of 4 belts. So basically, it's going to have to be kind of something like this again. It might be easier just to rebuild, but I don't know. Maybe we can see what we can do here. So it looks like the repeating pattern is this right here. So I guess we'll just put it somewhere for now. Put this in here, except we want to do our new labs. And have 2 belts coming in. And I guess some power so we can see what's going on. Wait, does that not connect? Oh, I guess they're just not in here. So we need some long-handed in here. And then they're all going to be switching sides back and forth. Guess we can pick up these for now, since we can just copy them. So we just need to decide which colors go where. So I suppose we'll just go in line here, where we have gold, alien, blue, and orange on these belts. So gold, alien, and hey, they're in order. Blue and orange. Going that way. And then this other way is going to be the purple, yellow, green, and red. Just to keep them from kind of going back and forth over and over again. Which is what they would do without these filters. Okay, well, we have part of our setup here. They're taking the labs away. These are expensive to build. So they're probably going to take a little while to get back here. Let's see. I mean, it would be nice if we can kind of fit it in here, but... will it fit? Not really. So we should probably just use this space off to the side. And we have 12 here now, which I imagine means it would fit here, but we might want to leave this room here for like the assemblers. So how about we just come over here instead line it up with those ones, but put it over here. Like that. I guess we'll plop this in here too. See how many we have, because we made 30 of them, which should be up to here, so we don't need these last 2 rows. And then we just gotta wait it out. Eventually, the robots will bring our labs back, but until then, we wait. So, the first pack we needed to make for alien research, the big resource drain, is the gold one, which is as simple as combining everything else. So let's say we want 3, and actually, will this use productivities? That would be interesting if it did, but it doesn't. So we just want 3 with some speed modules, and actually is a bigger setup than I thought it would be, using 9 machines here. I don't want to super crowd this area in case we decide we want to use it for something. So let's use this space over here. We do kind of have to watch out because we're going to run out of space for science research and have to do a turn of shame and go down to the side, so we really can't do anything more here. Might be a slight problem in the near future, but that's probably for the next tiers of research. These alien research, I think, will still fit. And I saw there was a little gap in here. Little concrete gap. But also put that in there, and I think there'll be a robot for that. We'll just have to wait it out. Okay, we need 9 machines. I guess we'll just do them in a line here. Making the golds. And all the numbers are going to be relatively slow, so just 1 inserter for everything ought to be fine. So we will have 1 coming in with 1 set and the other one with the other set. Grab in there. And then finally, well, we can't put that one right there, so I guess we'll do like this. Just placing them on one side of a belt so it's not a big buffer of resources. On that side. That's basically all there is to it. It's not very complicated. So, whoops. Let's place it in here with 2 spaces. And then we have the tricky task of getting these resources over here. But it's not that bad, because we already kind of have some belts combined here. So if we did something like this, we can get some of them in here. So there we go. Other packs are coming in. Consuming resources. There we go. Made it. So let's hook them up and make some gold packs. Man, those things are moving fast. Not making many packs for how fast they're moving, but... Are we still using every robot in the factory to deliver all these orbs? Sure looks like it. Not quite anymore. We did get an extra 1,000 robots in the process of doing this. But it looks like they're finally clearing this out. Alright, well, we've got our gold packs, and we wanted to put them on the belts on the side here. So it doesn't matter which one we choose to use. Let's just use this one here, and I guess we have to kind of come in here. The other one can come in from the other side somewhere. And that's in the way, but I guess we can pick that up. Just kind of put it right there. And let's start sending our gold packs through. So there they go. On one side. Oh yeah, we probably want a bunch of productivity modules in here. Did we calculate that? I guess not. Oh well. Even these with productivity modules is far too many. They actually only have productivity module 2s. So we should probably put 5s in there. So productivity's 5, and also I guess the alien lab. Oh, it's interesting. The alien labs can use way more of them. Well, okay. We will see how slow they get. So, boom. And hook them up and see what happens. Oh, they're actually researching much faster than I thought they would. And they flash green. And all done. One thing that's interesting is to do the alien research, we need to have the gold packs and the alien packs, but also 2 military packs. And can these even take military packs? I don't think they can. Which is going to be an issue. We kind of had that problem a while ago, working on these modules where they required, I think, some like alien material, but we had to use the cheat lab because it just wasn't configured properly. So I think we're in that situation because I don't think these labs and these labs can work together. That the one lab has to have all of the relevant science packs in it. So that's going to be kind of an issue. We can just use the cheat lab for that. But the next thing we need to make are the alien science packs. So we can calculate that out. We need to do alien. Right there, we want to make 3 per second to match everything else. I imagine that these are all kind of 1-to-1 ratio, basically. Pretty much. And 3 per second is easily done with one machine if it had speed modules, but since it has productivities, we're going to need 5 of them. And where do we want to put them? Do we want to try to mash everything right in here, since the orbs are right here and that's all that goes into them? I feel like the answer is yes. Especially because we can just kind of insert it right here. Okay, well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Making our alien science packs. Guess we'll do the output on the left. Output on the bottom on one side. And the input, guess we'll do up top since that's where they're going to come from. And besides productivity modules, that's basically it. There's not much to it. I kind of want to add spaces in here just in case, but not too many because we're going to run out of space right here. I mean, we could move all these belts around and definitely make some more space, so it's probably what we're going to want to do here. But we have all of this in here, and then that can just kind of go right in there. It's kind of a funny zigzag here that we don't really need. But we can do something like that. And where's that taking a big artifact for? Oh yeah, I guess we don't have somewhere to actually dump them. So let's do this. Then like right here with the requester chest for the big artifacts. So that way it'll get priority over this one. Okay, let's make some of our alien science packs now. With those productivities though. I guess they make them in groups of 10. So that's why it seems like it's going so slow, is because they come out all at once. And there they are. So let's hook them up. And then they get sucked in as well, but we can't actually do the research here without the super lab. So let's just go grab it. This is probably the only thing we're going to need as far as at least these researches, but super lab is nice to have. It's just easier to do this quick research rather than try to figure out exactly what part of the game mods are messed up and correct it that way, especially because Science Cost Tweaker kind of messes with all of the science, as you would imagine. So I don't want to kind of mess with it too much because it sounds like a giant rabbit hole. And the easy way is to just ignore the rabbit hole, put the super lab there. It can take everything, and it's super fast, so we won't worry about modules. We'll just put this in here, and it gets it filled up, and we can just pick up some military packs, whatever we think we need here. How about that many? Drop them in there. You see it goes super fast. Although we need 1,500 of them though for this, so I think we're still going to need to do something a little weird here. So let's filter out the military packs. Well, this is certainly going to consume some resources. I'm not too worried about speed because we're never going to max this out, and probably using this way faster than we can make them. So we'll just have to let that run, and hopefully before too long start making some requests for these resources we're kind of stuck on. But unfortunately I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, because basically we'd want to be waiting on nickel and also that brass, and both of those are going to take a little while. Well, if that's the case, I guess we can speed this up a little bit. And not much to do, but wait it out. Hey, made a request of Invar. That'll help with nickel. And we're almost done with our research here. Okay, now that it's done, we probably can just unhook these belts for now. Take the resources out and put them back in the system, because now everything should be working properly. We've got the preliminary research done. And now that unlocks, not all of them, because a lot of these, like Personal Battery 4, of course, has other prerequisites. Not that many, really, but kind of gives you an idea that we were going to do this sooner than later, so we might as well do it now because it consumes resources. The only thing we can do is the special ammo types, but you see that each type has a ton of research related to it, that we can make orange alien alloy with steel and an artifact, and then that lets us make electric bullets by adding that alloy and making it like the other bullet types, which will give us a 12 damage attack in electric form. And we can do the same thing with shotgun shells. And comparing that to what we've got now, we do 16. So it just depends if you're going up against certain types of fighters, but I kind of don't care because I want to do the research. Now, unfortunately, these do not require nearly as much research as it was to get started, but nonetheless, it's stuff we can do to try to work down all of that nickel that we have. So we will do orange, and then we can do purple next. And instead of an alloy, it's fluid, where you mix it with sulfuric acid to get the purple goo. And then that gets mixed in to make acid bullets and acid shotgun shells. So we know we need to make the 6 colors here. So let's check them out. I imagine they're all quite similar to each other. 12-second crafting time, yep, so we can just calculate 1 and then extrapolate it to the other one. So we want 3. We can use productivities, which basically makes it the exact same. as that other setup. So that makes it pretty easy. Well, if that's the case, I kind of want to layer them on, but also, why is this one going all the way over there? Let's send it underground here. It would be much straighter, so we can get ourselves a little bit of space here. Let's see how many of these we can mash in here, because it's basically this over and over again 5 more times, so let's give it no spaces. And actually, we probably could make it take up less space if we stack them on top of each other. It would be kind of annoying though, but I think we could here. Let's see what we can accomplish. So we have purple and green on this side. So those could be green. And then these ones will be the purple. So the input belt is right here. And to prevent too many of these orbs, since they are kind of expensive of passing by here, let's just put this here. Then say on the left, only let the green orbs go through, so they will continue down. And let's see, how did we have these set up? Looks like we did. Where purple and green can go on one side here. So, if we made these near side instead, that should place both of those science packs on there. And it looks like it's just so happened to be lined up. So there go the science packs. Purples, and what about the greens? Okay. So we need to get this over here. We just need to pick a line for it. I guess we'll do this one right here. So there they go. Getting pulled in, but we don't need that specific color right now. But we'll let it get filled up. So what other colors do we need on this side? Looks like it's yellow and red. Are they on the same belt? Yes, they are. Great. Well, then we kind of want to do the same thing here. So this one will be yellow. This one will be the red. So we want that to be red. Nearsighted. Guess I'll throw some lights in here, since it seems a little dark. So there's the reds and the yellows. Just use the next belt down to hook it up here. So there they go, getting sucked in. But we don't need those either for the random thing we clicked on to research. We need orange. And that would be orange and blue for the last two. Okay. This one is orange. This one is blue. Make it so orange gets pulled to the side. And there we go. Still holding out, I guess, on these alien artifacts, but for how long, who knows. But we are building up a huge buffer with this assembly line, so it makes sense. We'd run out, or at least we'd use a lot of it. There's the orange. And there's the blue. This one probably doesn't even need to go on a belt or anything, because the end goal is right here. So we shouldn't need to put it on the bus or anything, because it can just kind of hop over and get there. And with that, that'll be the last alien research packs, and then research should begin. And it is, so luckily that part isn't bugged. It's a lot of research packs in a relatively short amount of time that we created there. But that's the process for making the alien research packs. The only way it would get more complicated than this is if you wanted to create the orbs from nothing, and you'd need to be using paste for that. So we'll have to see. I don't think I'm in that much of a rush, so if we ended up not having enough, then so be it. Because it looks like this is the remainder of what we have with orbs. But there's probably a lot of orbs just sitting on the wall, not being used. Although it's actually relatively clean up here. Well, that isn't. And there's a gathering turret not gathering. And that's the end of this episode. On the next one, we're going to finish up with a lot of the leftover researches that we need to do. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.